a relationship is about how much you give, not how much you expect someone else to give you to make you happy constantly, but how much are you going to consistently show up and serve the relationship consistently. And if you just say, well, me being here is enough value, me being around is a lot, and they should just be happy. I just think that's not the best mindset to approach a healthy, conscious, long-term relationship. And so we got to start thinking about not what can someone give me, but how can I contribute to the relationship?
Yeah.
And how can I meet someone with shared values that thinks the same way?
Yeah.
And maybe if they're 24, 25, they don't have as much to give financially,
Yes.
but they can give emotionally, spiritually. They can give me their time. They can show up and be creative with dates, and we have shared values. So we give each other that. We give each other less stress, less conflict. Like that's
Wow.
an amazing gift to give, less stress by having.
Oh my God, that's the biggest one. Yeah.
Because it's like, what?
No drama.
Why be with someone who can pay for everything if all they create is stress and drama? Is that the relationship of your dreams? So we just got to be thinking about what we want. And for many years, I didn't think that way.
Yeah.
I thought about who's going to give me the most pleasure, the most fun, who's going to have the best, who am I going to sexually connect with the best? And I didn't think about the other things of peace, harmony, shared values, who's going to be kind to me and my family, and do we have a similar vision? So I think we have to think about those things when we're entering a relationship.
Yeah, definitely. And I love the conversation you brought about to like this high value man, high value woman. I think, if I'm completely honest, I think there's obviously always historically been so much pressure on women and how they approach relationships. And I think there's now a lot of that pressure on men of, I'm not 6 feet tall. I don't make 100K.
I don't drive a Lambo.
I don't drive a Lambo. Like I don't have these things. And let's be honest, it's not the majority of women that are saying they want those things.
Right.
Like this is not like a big request. Like I'm looking over at Helena going like, Helena, are those things on your list?
Wait, say it one more time.
Oh, maybe they are. Maybe they are. No.
Millionaire, 6 feet. Yeah.
Yeah, like multiple 6-figure income, 6 feet tall, drives a Lambo, like, right? Like those aren't, so I also think that, like you said, the internet makes certain things viral because people are having debates around them. And then a lot of men start looking at that as reality and start going, well, I can't live up to that. So either I'm going to pretend that I have those things and I'm going to find ways to do that, or I'm going to get so busy trying to do things I hate and become someone I don't want to be in order to get some money just to be able to attract a woman like that.
Yeah, to impress someone.
Yeah, to impress someone. Yeah.
And impressing people with the wrong things.
Yes.
And when we impress people with the wrong things, it usually turns out painful in the end.
Yeah.
When we impress people with who we truly are.
Yeah.
You know, our heart, our mindset, our generosity, the way we think, the way we connect, the way we're present with people, that's when we create more beauty in relationships.
Absolutely. I remember I had someone that I was talking to and they were saying to me, they were like, you know what, I'm with this girl and she's just into designer clothes and designer bags and like she just, you know, wants me to get her stuff and, you know, and I'm looking at him and it's really funny because he's dripping in Louis Vuitton. Like he's got the Louis Vuitton logo like tattooed all over his body, like on every item. And it was remarkable to me, like how we lose that sense of self-awareness. I have a rule in my book, 8 Rules of Love, that says you attract what you use to impress. And so if you use your bling or your, you know, your whatever you're wearing to impress someone, that's what you're attracting. You're attracting someone who is with you for that thing.
Who desires that thing.
Who desires that thing. So if you're using your character and if you're using your qualities and if you're using your values, then that's what someone's going to be attracted to. And that's hard.
It's really hard, especially in the world of social media and people building personal brands and starting side hustles and businesses. Sometimes they use things to build an audience, but that may not be the right thing to build a relationship. And so we got to be careful about what we're putting out there.
Yeah.
You know, whether it be one-to-one or in a community space in person or online. We've got to be really careful what we put out there because you will be perceived as that thing.
Yeah.
And it's one of the reasons why I think we connect so well, because we're always trying to put out positivity. We're always trying to put out content of others. We're always trying to elevate voices, information, research to help people improve. So we attract people in our lives that want to work with us, that are also into that mindset. We attract healthy relationships, friendships of people that think the same way. So
that's such a great point, because when I moved to LA, and I remember you already lived here and you were part of the reason. I remember you saying to me, Jay, she moved to LA, and that was such a big, that made it easier as well. I didn't know a lot of people when I moved here. And one of the biggest things I always heard is everyone in LA is superficial. Everyone in LA is really fake. Everyone in LA is really this. And I haven't had that experience of LA. I'm not saying that doesn't exist. I'm saying that exists everywhere. But my experience has been, because I'm almost a walking billboard of what I care about, whether it's online or offline, I tend to find friendships that are only coming closer to me for those things. And that's spot on. And so I feel like whether it's where you live or where you travel or whatever it is, you've got to think about, like, what is the billboard of my values? Like, if there was a tagline for who you are as a human being, like, what are you broadcasting to the world? And if that's something you're not happy about, it's something you can change, right? If I look back, like, I'm sure there's been times in my life where I was broadcasting a completely different message, and therefore I attracted different types of relationships. I think when I was a teen, I attracted a lot of people because I was trying to, and I couldn't afford anything, but I was trying to be the person who could wine and dine you at the fanciest restaurant, even though I couldn't afford it. I was the person who wanted to take you out on the coolest dates so that you would think I was really cool, but I couldn't even afford it. And I was doing those things because I did think that that's what women wanted, and then that would. So I've also done that.
What do you think women actually want today?
Oh God, financially or just generally? You're saying.
What do you think they want in a man? In
In
a straight relationship, what do women really want? I see mixed signals sometimes of what they say they want, but then what they go after can be completely different.
Well, I think that is the truth, that I think most people are confused about what they want because there's a mix of what your mum said and dad said.
And their dysfunction.
And
their
their
own, to heal that dysfunction.
Seen, exactly. So you've got that complexity. You've then got the complexity of what media said. So the Disney princess syndrome. That's a real thing. The Disney princess syndrome. You saw every Disney princess chasing a prince, chasing a king, chasing a frog that would turn into a prince.
Or a beast that would transform into a prince.
You can change him.
And
you're chasing this love story that you were brainwashed to believe was what love looked like. So you've got your parents, you've got family and friends, you've got TV and media, you've got music videos. Now you've got your first relationships. And they all are confusing you as to what should I look for. And I think that people haven't taken a moment to step back and say, what do I want? What do I want? Not what does my mom thinks good for me, and what does Disney thinks good for me, and what does everyone else thinks good for me? What do I want?